The universe knows how precious your birthday is because that was the day the universe decided that it could not go on without you. My name is Mandy and welcome to the channel. If you're new here and you like what you see, please make sure you of course hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you are notified whenever I do upload another video. I know it's been a minute, I'm not going to ignore that, but it feels good to be back. I don't do long intros, so everything you need to know is definitely going to be in the description box down below, along with timestamps, because today we're going to go ahead and talk about the birthday number 6. So if you're born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of the month, this video is for you. I like to go ahead and just give a breakdown of what each number brings, because no 6s are the same. Every number brings a little bit of a different energy to it. So thank you to all my OGs and those who are already subscribed to my channel. So sorry for the wait, but let's go ahead and hop into the video. So the number 6 overall is an earth element, but it's ruled by the planet Venus, which in astrology, because I like to use both because they do go hand in hand with each other. In astrology, the second house is ruled by Venus, which is in the planet Taurus. So Taurus and Libra, which is the ruler of the 7th house, Libra is, these are two houses that are represented by the planet Venus. So with your second house, this is going to be materialistic values, things that are tangible. So Venus is one of like art, beauty, makeup, glamour, flowers, you name anything that has to do with beauty. And then also not only just beauty, but you get fine wine, fine food, really anything having to do with luxury, things that are tangible. That is your second house. That's Taurus energy. And then we have Venus, which is our values and intimacy. So boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage. The 7th house is the house of marriage. So this is how you value partnerships of all kinds, whether they be intimate or business partnerships. And we also know that Libra has a lot to do with justice. They're the scales. So they don't stand for people being mistreated or done wrong. They're always going to fight for the underdog. So yes, so you have those two houses and those two signs that represent the planet Venus. So for the number 6, you are going to find somebody who is a person who wants to serve. They want to serve. And also technically the 6th house in astrology is ruled by Virgo, which is the server. So these people are going to be very selfless. These are going to be people who are perfectionists, okay? The only reason why they are such perfectionists because they are aware of the imperfections that they possess within themselves, and they always want to fix something. So in that case here, you're going to find these people who want to collaborate. They're all about collaboration. You'll either find them working in, corporate jobs, being in big world organizations, doing charity work, anything that has to do with collaboration, a 6 is there. And these are going to be people who are big in the community, well known. In fact, the number 6, if you look at it, represents like a pregnant woman. So these people are very maternal, whether male or female, everybody's mama or everybody's daddy. They're looking out for everybody because they love responsibility. They love to take that on. So if you are born on the 6th day of the month, you are going to be a person who has that gift of the 6th sense. You are going to basically know how to interact with people. You know what it is intuitively what others want, and you know how to bring peace with that Venus energy there. So if something is not right, that does not sit right in a 6's head. Like 6s are the ones, like if they're the dad or the mom, they're going to call a family meeting. They're going to make everything right because nothing slides by them. They want to feel a part of something bigger than themselves, like I mentioned earlier. They want everybody to play their role, whether it's family, at work, in all partnerships. They want everybody on the same team. They want peace. They want harmony. And we know that doesn't happen in a perfect world, but you can't tell them that. But like I mentioned here, they're just very aware of the imperfections that they have within themselves. So that's what they want to project out to the world. They want to fix it. They want to fix things, kind of like a Virgo energy. They want to fix things, fix people. 6s, like I mentioned with Libra, they're all about balance. They're all about give and take. So these are going to be people who are very, very fair-minded, and they can see both sides to everything. They make great diplomats and mediators in any situation. Also, you are going to find these people to be health nuts. Being born on the 6th day of the month, these people, sixes love to use their body. Either it's expressing their bodies through dance, either they're athletes, whatever the case may be. With this being said, Venus being the planet of beauty, these people strive for perfection in themselves. They're going to be the ones who are always put together, and they can be a little criticizing too of others, you know, whatever the case may be. However, they want to make sure they're in the best health. So these are going to be health nuts. These are going to be people who are going to tell you all these things about this way, or how they work out, or this diet, or whatever the case may be. And they're also people who are very, very passionate about cooking. Food, very good food, fine dining, fine wines. So sixes are going to be people who love to throw like social gatherings, little things at their house, and they're going to make sure they have the best everything. And being born on the 6th day of the month, you are going to be a person who is blessed and born with that sixth sense. So you know at the party what everybody intuitively likes, wants, needs, and you know how to collaborate and bring everybody together. Their house is going to be beautifully decorated. Aesthetics, Libra, Venus energy, Taurus energy, it's all about aesthetics with these people as well. So their home is going to be well decorated, and it's going to have all the fine wines, luxury, whatever you name it. That is definitely six energy all day long. And to touch back on sixes being born with that sixth sense, remember I told you Venus is all about art and beauty and literature and all those things. They make great artists. They're able to see the big picture and the beauty in everything that they do. So they're able to, even whether it's one-on-one interactions with people, whether it's in, like I said, aesthetics and decorating, or even painting, whatever it is, they are able to see the whole bigger picture. These people are visionaries, and they intuitively know what it is that they can do to make things better and how they can fix things. For example, if there is let's say the dad is the sixth in the household, okay? Dad is born on the 6th day of the month, or he has six energy. Let's say something falls out of place here in the household. That's not sitting right with dad, okay? Dad is going to be the one to call the family meeting. We're all going to speak our piece. Everyone is going to be heard, by the way. Everyone is going to be heard because they are so fair-minded and super diplomatic. And like I mentioned, both sides of the story, like Libra, they believe in negotiating. So you make sure if you ever have a problem in the household or a problem with the six, they're going to ask you, okay, what is it that I can do to make it better? Or what is it that what resolution can we come to make this better? That is six energy all day long. Also, being a six, like remember I told you they're all about balance, and naturally Libra being the 7th house of marriage and partnerships. So these people, male or female, are amazing in partnerships. They make great partners. In fact, a lot of them don't really identify themselves as individuals. They like to identify themselves as a part of a group. So it's only natural that they'll identify themselves as part of a relationship too. So if you're with a six, you are in the best hands ever, because these people are so nurturing. Male or female, these are very loving, fair, spoiling partners to have in your life. They're gonna spoil you rotten. Fine dining, luxury, perfumes. They are going to spoil you with all those things because that's Venus energy all day long. Even music. Sixes are very musically talented as well. So these are going to be people who, like I mentioned earlier, of them being great artists and visionaries. These are people who are going to be great with art. These are going to be people who are amazing with fashion. Like I said, anything to do with beauty, that is Venus energy all day. These people are going to be natural trendsetters. So now some challenges for those who may be born on the 6th day of the month. These also can be people, I know I said they're great listeners, and at times, if they're on a bad day, they may only tell you some things that you just want to hear just to get them away from you, or they may be closed-minded and not hear what you have to say. Sixes can sometimes have that self-righteous mentality that they're always right, and at times their needs come before anybody else. Like I said, those are just some challenges and some negatives there. However, to go along with them, they could also be people who are, remember I told you they like perfection? They could be people who have too high of standards when it comes to either their partner or anything to do with a collaboration and dealing with others. They can strive to have these high standards that themselves can't even meet, but they get mad at others for not reaching those expectations. So their expectations can be a little too high for themselves and others. They like to serve. A lot of the times they don't have their boundaries up, so people can take advantage of them, and then they ended up being a doormat for people because they took on so much responsibility, and that can leave them feeling drained. Another challenge for a 6 is, they can be a you should have or you could have, a shoulda, coulda, woulda people, and they like to stick their noses in other people's businesses sometimes and tell you what you ought to do. They can be a little meddling sometimes, but those are just some of the challenges, those are just some of the challenges of the birthday number 6. If you're born on the 15th of the month, you are going to be a person who is ruled by one of the elements, which is the sun. One is a fiery nature. So these are going to be people who are fixed and ambitious. They're going to be super dead set on their goals. These are people who probably make a list of things it is that they want to knock out. And no matter what life throws at them, they're going to be dead set on those goals. So you have 1 which is ruled by sun, and then the number 5 which is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury is 1 and 5 get along perfectly fine because in astronomy, Mercury is the planet that is closest to the sun. So these are going to be people who are super quick-witted, hilarious and funny, but also not only just that, these are going to be people who come off as just before their time. They're going to have like this wise, because they have this gift of being able to see the beauty in everything and others. And with Mercury influence, because Mercury people are extremely smart, they are able to dive deep and get real philosophical, whether it's just in studying how other people act, psychology and human interactions, whether it's spirituality. These people have that gift to really see the bigger picture and to be able to dive deeper than most. That's why through life's experiences, these people don't look anything like they've been through, and they learn from everything that it is that they've ever been through, and they're able to help others. So they're like real healers, so to speak. So like I said, they come off as wise ancient sages or mystics, and a lot of the times they are able to offer the best advice because ones are also great advisors. So if you ever have problems, and problem solver by the way, so if you go to a 15, they're going to be able to break everything down with that Mercury influence because like I said, they can go deep. These people are deep. However, like I mentioned here, they have the gift of beauty and wisdom. These are also people who are great trendsetters, okay? These people know how to dress. They are ones who are actually the type of people who are really passionate about either, like I said, 6 is about health, they're health conscious. So these are going to be great athletes, dancers. Also with that 5 energy, that Mercury influence, these are people who make great speeches. These people know how to take something and break it down to where everybody feels like, first of all, included. And second of all, not only just feel included, but they're able to be like the best teachers to help any and everyone really understand. And with Mercury influence, because Mercury is like international, these are people who are able to connect with any and everybody, no matter what age, what background, what country. These are going to be amazingly skilled people who just know how to just communicate. And communication is very key, very important to all 6s, but especially important to a 15. And they like to be able to communicate on that international level. Another thing with them is they also would make great music artists too. Meg the Stallion just came to my mind when I thought of that 15 energy. Like, look at her. Meg literally has so much power in her lyrics and just how she's able to bring all women together on an international level. Another thing 15s are really good about is not only are they really good with people, they're really good with animals. These people are very passionate and loving when it comes to animals. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a 15 being a vet or a vet tech, anything having to do with that. They make phenomenal fur mamas and fur papas. Very passionate too, with that fire, and then you got that fire element there. These are going to be people who are very passionate about communicating things, whether it's related to health and fitness, if it's about cooking, because sixes are, it's all about cooking or whatever the case may be, gardening. These are very family oriented people, family first before anything else. 15s like to express themselves, whether it's through dance, whether it's through, sensuality. These people are very sensual, very touchy-feely. And another thing about them is, because they have that strong gut feeling and intuition, they're very sensitive to other people's energies. I do know some 15s that can probably have like emotional, like high to lows. It's just that their sensitivity, they're very picky and choosy about who they, mingle with. With them being touchy-feely people like that, they're able to pick up on the energies of others, and sometimes they can take on other people's moods. So that's why they choose to just, pick and choose who it is that they associate with. These people love aesthetics. They're all about aesthetics, and they love beautiful people because they're beautiful people. And they're also the most humble people about being beautiful. So magnetizing. That's another thing. Venus is magnetizing. Venus is the brightest, starriest planet in the sky. You can see it at nighttime. I see it. I live in Nevada, back in the desert. I can see it every night, every morning and every night. And like I said, it's magnetism, it's charisma, it's beauty. With beauty, these people are going to have like these beautiful features. There's very symmetrical features about them. And they're also just going to be so humble. They're just going to be like, I'm just a human being, but while they're just being so humble, other people are just like glorifying them. And just when they say that you're a beautiful person or a good looking person, it goes beyond the exterior. These people just radiate beauty from the inside out. It's just a magnetism. There's nothing they can do to stop it. These are just beautiful people from the inside out, and that just shines bright. They're the people that everybody wants to talk to. They're very charming. Venus is charming. 15s are fashion trendsetters, okay? These people know how to dress. They know how to put everything together just effortlessly, okay? Like, these are some really fashionistas or fashionable men, so to speak. Also, with that Mercury influence, 15s have a very strong mind. In fact, 15s are just, you have the gift of just being this master manifester. So your thoughts, whatever it is that you're thinking in your mind, your thoughts can become a reality. Your dreams, whatever it is, can become reality. All right, to talk about some challenges, like I mentioned, of them being very sensitive to other people's energies, and they can swing from high to low. They can have a little bit of emotional imbalances. Me personally, being a life path 6, I'm a life path 15, 6. I find, make sure you drink your water. Drink your water. Make sure you stay on top of your diet. Diet is extremely important to a 6 because Venus has a lot to do with I don't want to give too much, I don't want to be like, hey, it's a natural part of life. Venus is the semen, okay? It's sexually reproductive. So make sure for women and men that you're really, really taking your health and diet seriously, because that's what Venus rules. You're reproductive there, how you reproduce. So pretty much, oh my gosh, Mandy, where did this go? Like I said, so yeah, just make sure you're really staying on top of your health and your diet. 15s can be a little pushy. So for example, let's say you're dating a 15 and they want to go to the movies and dinner and just have a night out on the town, but you, the partner, just wants to stay home and just chill. Well, they're gonna be pushy about going out, and it's gonna make the partner, which is, let's say, you, who doesn't really want to go out and do anything, resent them the whole night, which just makes it a complete disaster. So these people are very, very pushy. Mercury, that 5 energy, these can be people who could be very overindulgent in sex, alcohol, sweets, food addictions, anything to do very addictive. And even though I mentioned that 6s, especially a 15, is a person who's a person of their word, or excuse me, they're people of their word. They're all about commitments. At times with that 5 energy, they can have a bit of a take on a little bit too much responsibility and kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out kind of thing. So a lot of the times they can kind of like, they don't want to feel too obligated to people, places, and things, because then they just gonna dip out on you. If you are born on the 24th day of the month, you are a person who is ruled by the number 2, which is the element of water, which is ruled by the moon. So you're going to be a person who is not only just a phenomenal, first of all, musically talented, but you're also going to be a person who is very diplomatic and able to see both sides to everybody and everything. You're a natural peacemaker. So you have that 2 energy there, and then you have the number 4, which is an earthy element, but it's also in Vedic astrology ruled by Rahu, which is the north node of the moon. Rahu is about materialism, so very materialistic. 2 is materialism too. 2 is that water element, likes to be, things that are tangible, and so is the number 4. So you're going to be a person who is very, very grounded and a person who is determined to succeed. And you're not one to really try to manipulate time. 24s aren't ones who are like, they're the master manipulators of time because they're patient and they know that everything is going to happen within divine timing for them. However, they're so patient. 24s have this gift of, like I said, just being gifted and just musically talented. These people have a real good ear for music. And these are going to be people who are very loving, caring, very self-sacrificing, and they have the biggest perception of time. Like if you know a 24, they're always looking at their watch, always seeing which, okay, they always got places to be and things to do, and they all have structure. If with that four element, listen to me, I'm sorry. With that 4 energy, it's all about structure. 4 is basically the foundation of everything. So these are going to be people who are not just very grounded and reliable and hardworking, but these are going to be people who are all about being punctual. They have to be on time. Everything has to be done in a timely manner. And these are also people who work very hard to provide for their family. They make great families. All 6s make great family men and women. But they're ones who really definitely value providing for the family, making sure everybody is good. A lot of the times they could work so hard. That's part of the challenges, but these could be people who work so hard that they neglect themselves, but those are challenges there that we'll later talk about. But also with the 24 energy, these are going to be people, like I mentioned, who are natural negotiators. So these are people that you can come to, and they love to emotionally connect to those who are extremely close to them. So they're really good about themselves opening up about things that are bothering them and what's really getting to them. And then you also, if you want to be a person who they value, that's close and near and dear to them. 24s have that desire to materialize. Because remember I said 2 is materialism too. Moon is a lot to do with materialism, but 4 is definitely about the materialistic world. Rahu, things that are tangible, things that we can obtain. So these people are super dead set and determined to materialize all their dreams and goals. Like there's nothing that they can't accomplish, or they're going to make sure they do everything in their power to ensure that they accomplish those goals. So they're very driven, and they believe in going about all those things in a very methodical, practical way. That's one thing I will say with that 4 energy there. These people are very methodical. They're very structured in how they go about accomplishing those goals. And like I mentioned, time is extremely important to them. Nobody values time like a 24 does. They believe time is precious and every moment counts. In fact, these could be people with that 4 energy that aren't really ones that are just hanging out with their friends and just doing small things that don't really matter. Every moment counts for them, okay? I'm sorry, what? I'm doing hot girl stuff right now for a 24. They're busy. They're busy materializing their dreams. With that 2 influence being ruled by the moon, moon is our emotions in astrology. So these are people who love to connect. Not only are they just great providers for their family, they love to be emotionally involved with their family. They are great at expressing themselves emotionally, and in turn, they love when friends and families and loved ones that are close to them are emotionally communicating to them their thoughts and feelings. These people are great problem solvers. They're able to really, like I said, see both sides of everything, extremely diplomatic. These are people who are very self-sacrificing too. These people have big hearts. They are just givers. A lot of the times they just can give, and like I said, they make amazing providers for their family. Alrighty. And then some challenges for the 24 is, like I mentioned, like these people are great providers and they're hard workers. A lot of the times they can take on way too much responsibility and just feel really down and depressed if they're not able to materialize their dreams or knock out their goals. They can really take those things to heart. But one thing or advice that I do have for a 24 is just how you love being that emotional support for others. Learn to express yourself to your family and loved ones or your coworkers or whoever it is in your partnerships that you need help. Stop trying to take everything on. That's one thing a 24 would do. They would try to take on the weight of the world on their shoulders, and then with their unrealistic expectations that they have of themselves, they let themselves down. So my only advice for a 24 when it comes to that is just make sure you're communicating like, hey guys, I need help. That's one thing a 24 kind of real stubborn about doing, is asking for help. Just open up a little bit more. They can be so self-sacrificing that they can neglect themselves. They can be such hard workers that they neglect to eat themselves, that they neglect to put clothes on their back and take care of themselves. Even, just physically, their health, anything like that. They can be such hard workers and so self-sacrificing they can really neglect themselves. Also be people who aren't good with time. On the flip side, they could really not value their time or want to work hard to materialize their goals. They could be a bit lazy. So those are just some challenges there. But overall, 24s are phenomenal, sweet, amazing, harmonious people. People who are all about beauty. That Venus energy, all sixes are about beauty, but 24s are definitely ones who are just the kind of people that you really want to have in your life. Very loving, caring, and nurturing. So that is my birthday number 6 series, and I just want to thank you all so much for being patient. I adore every single one of you, and if you haven't by now, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave. That way you are notified when I do upload another video. I am back, everyone. And thank you once again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.